Good evening. Calling the Antioch Police Oversight Commission to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Ben-Oni,
Present.
Commissioner Peterson,
Present.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Present.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Present.
Vice Chair Williams,
Present.
and Chair Taylor.
Present.
Quorum at 6:31. Thank you.
Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? For the consent calendar, it's recommended that we, as the Antioch Police Oversight Commission, approve meeting minutes from March 2nd of 2026. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Vote, please.
Commissioner Ben-Oni,
Aye.
Commissioner Addison,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor.
Yes.
The motion passes to approve the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. On to new business. Our report out from Captain Cook.
All right, good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Commission, City staff, and community. Quick update on the department staffing. As of today, we're at 84 sworn officers, 2 on long-term leave or injury leave, 1 on modified duty, which puts us at 81 officers from the chief down. We have 4 officers in various stages in the field training program. We currently have 2 recruits in the Alameda County Academy and 1 recruit in the Contra Costa Academy, and if all goes well, they should be graduating around July. The next academy starts, for the Contra Costa Academy, starts at the end of April, and we currently have 4 recruits slated to attend that academy. And we also have a sergeant and corporal interview process underway, which is being handled through HR and an external consultant, and these processes should be finishing up towards the end of the month. So with that, I'll turn it over to you guys for any questions.
Questions?
Thank you, Captain. Just one quick question, not related to staffing. I've been reading about some concerns in one of our neighboring cities around an event or a game called Senior Assassins. Apparently, this is it's been around, I guess, for a while, but this is something where high school seniors do a whole variety of pranks, and some of those, I think, include water pistols and some other things, and apparently it is reason for concern. Is that anything that's popped up on our radar, or has there been any collaboration with neighboring jurisdictions on that?
I believe I know what you're talking about. I read that myself, but we are in communication regularly with Antioch Unified School District, where we meet regularly, and we'll be sure to address that as well.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
Can we have a little bit more context onto what that actually is?
Probably because it's not agendized, but can we discuss it on the back end?
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any other questions as it pertains to the report out? Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 4-2, the nomination and election of the chairperson of the Antioch Police Oversight Commission. We can have a discussion about nominations of a chairperson. Or do you guys want to do public comment first?
Maybe we should do public comment first and then go on. See if anybody from the
Large
public has
audience?
anything to say.
You know, we're full in here.
I was just going to chime in and say, yes, public comment should be first before any of the commissioners would come to a decision. So it might be better to at least call for public comment first and then begin the discussion.
Thank you. Is there any public comment?
We do have one. Tita Boer Padilla, please. Padilla.
Hello, good evening. My name is Tita Borpadilla. I want to congratulate Chair Portia Taylor for being voted back in.
Early.
Also, congratulations to the other commission members also. It speaks volumes about Portia's work ethic and care for the community, as she and the commission continues to strive to make fair and unbiased changes within the community. Let's support the Oversight Commission and the great work that will continue. Thank you and have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment?
No further public comments, thank you.
Okay. Is there nominations or anyone who wants to step forward in the place of chair?
I would like to nominate Portia Taylor as chair of our commission. I have a statement prepared if I can do that.
You're absolutely.
Okay, I believe the leadership of this commission has been incredibly successful in keeping our work steady and focused through the many storms that we've navigated. Because of that leadership, we are now sailing in smoother waters. And when a ship is moving in the right direction, we do not need to change the captain. Our community deserves stability. They deserve confidence that this commission will continue to deliver on the work we were sent here to do. Advancing meaningful change, addressing the everyday issues that impact our residents, and helping shape policies that define what a responsible and accountable police department should look like. Chair Taylor has demonstrated the vision, patience, and commitment necessary to guide this body forward. I believe her leadership will continue to have a lasting impact and positive impact on this commission for the city of Antioch. And I also will go off the cuff and say that working with her for the last year on different policies that we have put together with our ad hoc, we were sent here to do a certain thing. And she led that effort very clearly, I would say that. She always calls me about things that we need to do. She's responsible, even when I need to be checked. And so, no, Portia has been a great leader in this commission since we started. So I just wanted to add that us electing her or re-electing her, I wanted y'all to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other comment?
I have a question for the city attorney. First of all, I agree with everything that Vice Chair Williams has said regarding Chair Taylor's leadership, et cetera. My question goes to the ordinance, and the ordinance indicates that you cannot serve more than 2 years. Now, I realize that we have an exceptional, we kind of have a strange juxtaposition here because the original commission was appointed in April of '24. Mr. Thurmond was originally elected the chair. Thurston, sorry. And then Chair Taylor, I believe, took over in July. If she is reelected as the chair, are we within the boundaries of the ordinance?
Do we have the date of when you were elected to the chair position originally, Chair Taylor?
I do not have the date available, but I did do a back-end email, and it was confirmed because I was not in seat for a full 2 years that it was okay.
If you give me just 1 second, I want to look up the particular, I just want to take a look at the city
No,
code.
I just want to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in a difficult position related to that, that's all.
Understood.
And I might be hoping against hope right here, but Ms. Gomez, do you happen to have the date that Chair Taylor took the position of chair?
Unfortunately, not in front of me, council, sorry.
I didn't expect you to have access to that. I was just really, really hoping.
No. No. So I think originally the commission was sworn in February, and former Chair Thurston resigned from his position about 6 months into his title, and then I was.
And that was February of 2024, if I
That
remember
is correct.
correctly.
Mhm.
If you want to take a recess, I can go upstairs and check the records if you'd like.
I don't think that's necessary at this time. Oh, let me just, I would like to just take a look at the city code first and see kind of exactly what our options are, or if I can figure that out in some expeditious fashion.
Thank you.
Or can we table this until the next until the next meeting?
That
No,
could,
you all don't want to do that?
No, because we were supposed to do this in January, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right. But
However, you can motion to suspend the rules and go to item 4-2 while,
yes, that would
He-
that would be something. If the commission doesn't want to wait here for me to tool around, then
we'll
they
be
can-
graceful. Is there a
they-
motion to suspend rules and move on to 4-3 for nomination of vice chair?
I move that we suspend the rules and move to item 4.3.
Is there a second?
There's
My
a
second.
Well, there we are. Is there a vote, please?
Commissioner Benoni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor,
Aye.
the motion passes.
Is there any public comment on item 4-3?
No public comment, thank you.
Thank you. Is there any nominations for the position of vice chair?
I'd like to nominate Devin Williams for vice chair.
Is there any?
Oh, I would like to nominate Devin because, Devin, since I can remember even before the Antioch Police Oversight Commission was even formed, he was doing this work in the community, working with our former mayor and our city council to tackle these issues. And he's been doing it for years, even before this commission. So I say that Devin's leadership in this on this commission has been stellar. It's been stellar in the community. I see no reason not to, as is in his words, the ship is going well. We don't need to change captains, or in this case, we don't need to change the what would that be on the ship? The first mate or the XO, I guess, in the submarine. So yeah, I mean, Devin's leadership has been awesome, and I really appreciate it. We want this ship to continue going in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other?
It would be the same question from the first time around, right? So-
Okay, so that's a second on the 2-year boundary. Any
So-
other comment?
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So looking at the city code, just for the record, I'm looking at Antioch Municipal Code Section 4-3.105, titled Officers, states that the police commission shall elect one of its members as chairperson and one as vice chairperson, who shall each hold office for 1 year or until their respective successors are elected. After all police commissioners have been appointed and confirmed, officers shall be elected no later than the second meeting of the police commission. No officer shall be eligible to serve more than 2 consecutive terms in the same office. So, I think that it will be, it may be necessary to know when both the chair and the current vice chair were, when their first term was, when they were reelected. So then we can see how long, like, let's just say that could be a deciding factor for the rest of the commission, because maybe it's been 18 months or so, and that could affect whether or not you want to vote for, say, just Chair Taylor. I'm just throwing that out there, because you may not want to go through this practice again in 6 months. So unfortunately, I do think it will be necessary to know what those dates are before we can proceed forward with either one of these, just because I don't have that information in front of me right now.
Question, so if the term was 18 months, because I believe it is around that time frame, are you stating that in 6 months we would have to do a re-elect?
Yes, that is what I believe, because I think it would, unless I believe it would go from the year from when you were elected. The code contemplates having it kind of as like a set time period, and then it will continue in that fashion. However, with the circumstances that we've been under, it would either be, there's two ways of looking at it. One way would say your term begins anew whenever you were voted in, or if, say, somebody resigned, you would assume the rest of their term, and then you could have 2 consecutive terms after that. I haven't done the research.
I thought that's historically how it was, because it was a partial term.
Mm-hmm.
And so I assumed that because it was not a full term, that it shouldn't count as one of the 2 consecutive terms because it was partial.
Yes, I mean, I can definitely see that. And I do not know how much of the term Mr. Thurston served.
Right.
So if I'm understanding correctly, and this is something that we would have to confirm with the clerk's office, it was, you assume the rest of that term. That would have been sometime in 2024. That term would have ran through 25.
Correct.
Then you were reelected in 25. That was 1 full term.
Correct.
And this would be the 2nd full term.
Correct.
Yes, just before I can render an opinion on that, I would just have to have confirmation from the clerk's office to see exactly what the dates are and how they line up.
Do you need 15? Is there a motion for a 15-minute recess?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Benoni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
and Chair Taylor.
Aye.
The motion passes to take a recess at 6:48 for 15 minutes. Thank you.
Calling the Antioch Police Oversight Commission back to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Benoni,
Present.
Commissioner Peterson,
Present.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Present. Commissioner
Commissioner Lacioja,
Present.
Vice Chair Williams,
Here.
Chair Taylor.
Present.
We have a quorum at 7:05. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll lean to the staff.
At this time, staff would be requesting for item 4-2 and 4-3 to be continued to the next meeting. The reason for that is that, as is somewhat aware, the timelines of what's in the city code versus what actually happened don't really line up too well. Our representative from the clerk's office went upstairs and was trying to find some of the exact dates. We were not able to find everything in an expeditious manner. It's going to take a little bit more time. And I don't feel comfortable giving some concrete advice as to what the time periods are going to be without knowing those dates. Because everything is going to kind of link back to when the first date was, when the changes are, how much of, for example, how much of Chair Thurston's term was left. I don't know any of that information now. So with that, I would just ask that the commission would continue those two items, and then we can bring them back next time and be prepared with the dates, so then we can give you the concrete advice necessary to make the decision.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion and or a motion to continue item -4-1 and 4-2?
I just want to thank the staff for doing the research that was necessary. How do we move forward? And
Motion to continue.
okay, thank you. So I would like a motion to continue this item for election.
4-1 and 4-2.
It's actually 4-2 and 4-3.
Oh my goodness, see, I got all these numbers. I would like to continue this item to the next meeting, please. 4-2
And 4-3.
and 4-3.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Benoni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor.
Aye.
The motion passes to continue items 4.2 and 4.3 to the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. On to item 4-5, our ad hoc committee review. It is recommended.
Excuse me, 4.4.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh, the selection of our next meeting date because of the holiday. Is there any suggestions?
I'll say that I hate that we have to change our meetings because of these dates for holidays. And I understand Mondays are like, oh, we're going to have a holiday. But it's not fair to all of us, right? We need to figure that out. You know, it's not fair that we have to not have a meeting for the month because of these holidays. Like in January, we didn't have a meeting, and then President's Day, we didn't have a meeting. And so I feel like we need to, as a commission, figure out how we can adjust. Is that okay with y'all?
Holidays are holidays. It's kind of like,
No, yeah, I agree.
I think it's one of the consequences of having scheduled Monday meetings. That's number one, because a lot of these holidays fall on Mondays. Number two, it's meeting twice a month. And if we're looking at at an alternative date to September 7th, August 31st would probably potentially be a viable option because there are 5 Mondays in August. And if it's actually sort of that two-week break between the 17th and the 31st, so we would essentially meet 3 times in August and once in September. And unlike trying to bump it to, say, the 14th, where we'd be meeting like 3 times in a row, that might be an option. And the other option, obviously, is to cancel the September 7th meeting and not meet.
Yeah, I definitely was going to point out that I think as we discussed rewriting our ordinance, that was something that all of the commissioners agreed to, that eventually we would go down to one meeting per month anyway. And so, you know, as we think about this in our future of adjusting to one meeting, it actually just gives us time to prepare in the background and actually do the work and then come back and report out. Mhm.
And I would just like to say, going back to the Monday meetings when we first begun, I had said that Mondays was not good for me because I was in school at the time, and then someone pushed it, and then we ended up meeting on a Monday. So now we are facing this problem now with the holidays. So I would also recommend that well, maybe too late now, but we may want to consider changing the day during the week.
Definitely when our study session comes up with the council, as they're rewriting our ordinance, these are definitely topics that should be discussed then. For the point of this discussion, are you guys in agreement with either having 3 meetings in August or suspending the September 7th session and just having 1 meeting in September?
I was going to state that, under Antioch Municipal Code Section 4-3.106 meetings, the commission does have the power to adjust the days that they're going to be holding the meetings. You wouldn't be able to do that today, of course. It's not an agendized item. But in the future, if you want to bring that back and take a vote and have a discussion as to what day may be better, that can work out. The only thing I would ask is that when you are doing that, there may be certain days that do not work. For example, if it falls when there's another commission, that would be a day that's blocked off. And I think once there is a discussion, we may be able to look into it beforehand when the commission would like to calendar it, see what days that staffing can kind of work there too, so we can work with you. But there's nothing in the code that says that it has to be on a Monday.
Thank you. And that's in favor of your comment. Okay. So are we okay? Is there a motion for either or?
I move to cancel the September 7th meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ben-Oni,
I'll say nay, respectfully.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
I apologize. Before a vote, there should be public comment.
Thank you. I apologize. Is there public comment for item 4-4?
no public comment for this item. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja.
I will have to abstain.
Thank you. Vice Chair Williams,
Aye.
Chair Taylor.
Aye.
The motion passes with 4 yes, 1 no from Commissioner Ben-Oni, and 1 abstain from Commissioner Lacioja. Thank you.
Item 4-5, a discussion item on our ad hoc committees and the recruitment for our 2 new commissioners. I'm about to be selling for y'all over here because I need y'all. Currently, we have our training commission, and I can let each person kind of discuss what the ad hocs do for the ones who are within them, and then give you gentlemen the opportunity to join budget and/or policy. Okay. See, that was me selling before it's their turn. Okay. Commissioner Kennedy, would you like to discuss the training ad hoc?
So the the Commission Readiness Ad Hoc has been working in collaboration with APD to create the training protocols and the training process for us. We also worked on, we decided that one of the things, or a couple of the things that we were going to try to work on this year was to look at other options for training, or other options, whether it's conference attendance, et cetera, what may or may be the best or appropriate in that regard. And then one of the things that we also had talked about was trying to create a training check, or excuse me, a travel checklist or a conference checklist, because we bumped up against a few hiccups with some of the conferences that we attended in the last year. So looking at ways to make sure that we can make it a more seamless process, essentially. And then also this kind of covers making sure that folks are doing their ride-alongs and their sit-alongs and so on.
Currently, you're the only commissioner in your ad hoc?
Correct. There's 2 seats on that ad hoc available.
Okay. Community engagement?
We're currently in the process of working with community members, you know, that of the Sycamore Corridor, and I failed today to have a mission, a meeting today to pursue our mission, and I apologize to my colleagues on this committee, excuse me. But we are actively working to make sure that we have community input, and yeah, we're doing our work. We have an agreement with the DOJ. If any one of you want to jump in to this, you should. It's a lot of work.
Isn't it full?
We have 3.
We have 3
Yeah.
on
Yes,
that.
it is full.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Looking like it's full.
We can always use input.
We
If they have
can, yeah,
ideas,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
From the body,
Yeah.
but that ad hoc is full, yeah.
Okay, Kevin was about to say something, but
I was just going to say for our new commissioners, the reason why an ad hoc can only have up to 3 members is because a quorum is 4. If four members of the committee get together and are going to be discussing committee business, it has to be a notice meeting. The ad hoc is to avoid that. So just so then in case you guys are wondering why we're talking about 3 versus 4 members, that's the cutoff point.
well, I welcome if we do shift in the future. You know, if y'all have any ideas as a commission to like help us grow, let's do it.
And may I just add that also the community engagement, we, ad hoc committee, as you know, we are starting to collaborate with the faith-based community, and we have the meeting at Genesis, and they want us to come back, you know, this year, and so I think we are trying to come up with a plan to further that collaboration with various other churches besides Genesis, and you know, you never know. Things do change. It may change for me. I'm going to be honest. Things may change for me. You know, I don't know what God has in plan, but I know He got something in the works for me. So something may change. So don't, you know, put yourself out because say you never will be a part of this ad hoc committee because you may, because I may have to step aside, and one of you all may need to step up.
Okay.
We're also, APD is letting us know when they're doing events, like for example, tomorrow there's a neighborhood watch meeting at Williamson Ranch. So we try to make it a point to attend things like that outreach that they're doing, because it gives us an opportunity to hear what members of the public have to say. It helps us track, I think, issues. You know, if you start to hear, like, one of the common concerns for people is red light, people running red lights. That's like a consistent piece. Another question that people have pretty consistently is response time or coverage. So as you start to hear those things, then I think it helps make us more aware of some of the issues that we're dealing with, how increasing our staffing makes certain things better, et cetera. So there are a lot of opportunities, I think, from a community engagement standpoint, whether you're on the ad hoc or not, to be out and to be visible and to hear what people have to say, and then be able to take that and go, huh, that might be something for us to look at. So there's a lot of opportunity, even if you're not on the community engagement ad hoc.
Fully agree. As a commission in general, like,
When we're attending community meetings, is there somebody that we should be informing when if we're going to show up?
no.
Okay.
But in general, I agree with what you said in regards to just as us as a body being present. We are like the liaison between community. Although we're policy scoped, our presence helps us form those policies. So that ad hoc is shaped by Commissioner Oha, Kennedy, and Williams. As mentioned earlier, it is full. We also have our policing practices. Last meeting, you mentioned that you wanted to do something around juvenile justice, and so heavily leaning towards you to jump in. It embodies the policy portion, internal affairs, complaints, and that ad hoc is hosted by myself and Vice Chair Williams. And then lastly, we have budget, which I'm leaning towards you, and that is hosted by myself alone. So you guys have the options of, and we're all on 2 ad hocs, I believe, at this point. Okay. And so please stretch yourselves because we need the help. You guys have the options of joining at this time.
Well, I'm only on one, and that's for a reason.
Right, right. And capacity is a thing, so don't stretch yourself to where you can't do the work, but if you can, join. And then we're also going to, well, I will eventually motion to, or propose to start the new ad hoc for the RFP that we discussed last week for our facilitator. And then I can open that up for y'all.
So we're just saying the ones we would want to be on? Okay. I think I'm interested in the policing practices one and the training.
Okay. Oh, look at Susan recruiting over there.
I'm interested in policing practices and budget.
Okay. So anytime there's
And
double,
training.
all 3? Okay.
Can't do all 3, but I can do 2.
Okay. So anytime there are dual, because policing practices is currently, we have 2 commissioners already. You guys can share your reasons why you're interested specifically, and then, you know, we can listen and discuss and what we think would be the best fit for the ad hoc. So we can start with you, Commissioner Benoni.
Policy is a main focus of mine. It's what I went to school for, and I'm very big into advocacy, and also I do a lot of nonprofit work where I'm on the policy and legislative committee. So I deal with a lot of policies. That's my field of interest, and I like law.
Thank you.
I've been doing policy now for 15 years now. I've written about 4 state laws so far, working for former Assemblymember Chris Holden, and I also do advocacy as well. I mostly do education, ag, and small business work. This will be my first time doing police policy, but I also have additional experience, attending the police academy and going through the whole process. And so I do understand the policies that police officers have to follow, and why I couldn't take that to the streets and practice that. I do understand from at least an academic perspective, from the classroom perspective, what's being taught to our officers, how they're supposed to respond to that, and more importantly, how we could, potentially write policies that help us move forward in our community. So that's the reason why I wanted to do policing practices, because policy is important to me as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? No? I have a question. Because you mentioned 3 ad hocs, what's your priority?
Budget and policing practices.
Okay. And specifically, you had commission readiness and policing practices, correct? So is it fair to say I can add you to budget?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I do have a question. Josiah, so, you know, I can't remember how many years you said you had in practice for this. What was it? How many years did you say you had?
In policy, I would say 2 years.
2 years. What can you contribute that you haven't already in life to this commission as far as policy goes? Because we're trying to figure out how we can keep Antioch, you know, accountable and all those things. So.
Yeah, well, I have experience holding institutions accountable. I settled 3 lawsuits recently for discrimination and retaliation. I've changed, I would say, 6 policies at the school I was attending, and that was all through advocacy. I was the leader of a student rights advocacy organization. So.
I would just like to say that Josiah, I believe he is going in the right direction. And I believe that those of us who have experience in policy, policing practices, this is an opportunity to share the knowledge with Josiah. He mentioned to me that his gave me a little bit about his background before our commission meeting tonight, and I am impressed. This is a very impressive young man, so I believe that he has a lot to offer, and help him. If he's not familiar with something, this is the opportunity to show him. Yes.
I definitely want to lean into the fact that over and over, community has requested that we have a higher lens on our young folks, and you have graced us with that. And then again, I think that similar to Commissioner Peterson, I have policy work. I've written several state laws. I also worked for Senator Waso and Skinner. I so appreciate what your experience is, but I would like the lens of someone who is youth-focused on this ad hoc, because we aren't doing anything that is specific to looking at our juvenile justice system, and I think it's needed. For me, I am going to move Josiah for the policing practices ad hoc.
I would also just state before decisions made, a public comment could be.
Oh Lord, I keep on skipping y'all.
If there can be public comment heard, if there is any.
There is no public comment on this item. Thank you.
Can I, just a quick question, is he aware of, or are both candidates aware of when that group meets, and is that something that fits for both of them? I think that's just one important piece.
We are flexible. And we actually just finished doing our policy rewrite for the handbook. So we actually have been in discussion about when we are going to be meeting, because we were kind of set at a scheduled time because we were working so closely with APD and the large group of folks that assisted with the rewrite. So we are completely flexible to that, and we can schedule in the background. Good? Okay. And
I would like to move to.
hold on one second. Sorry. Addison, budget, commission readiness?
Okay, that's cool.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That makes it easy for me.
And then so we now have 2 folks on commission readiness and budget. Are you guys okay? Do you want to be on more than one ad hoc?
Yeah, I would also like to be on commission readiness.
Okay. Okay, so we have on commission readiness, Commissioner Kennedy, Peterson, and Benoni. Policing practices is Commissioner Benoni, Co-Chair Williams, and myself. Community engagement, Commissioner Oha, Commissioner Kennedy, Vice Chair Williams. Budget is Commissioner Peterson and myself. Good. We do not need to motion to move this forward, correct? Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, sorry, I'm thinking. I don't believe so.
Okay, thank you. I didn't either. Okay, moving on to item 4-6. To review.
Sorry. So are we going to talk any about the 6-month ad hoc for
Oh,
the facilitator?
yes, we are.
Just
We
checking.
actually need some motion to create the ad hoc.
I
Is-
move that we form a 6-month ad hoc committee to select a facilitator for the 2026-28 APOC work plan.
Is there a second?
So moved.
And do we need to select a time frame?
Yes, the ad hocs are not supposed to be permanent, but are not supposed to be
Right,
permanent.
so it needs to be 6 months to 1 year.
Yes.
Are we gonna do it
So does the
during
motion need to
summer?
include the time frame?
The motion should include the time frame. Yes.
Okay,
Are we gonna aim towards the summertime?
I think 6 months is appropriate. So, motion.
All right.
Mr. City Attorney, if we just say 6 months, is that adequate, or do we need to utilize a specific date that, for example, March 26th or today's date?
I think it's fine to say 6 months from today. It would go to the next meeting that's within that 6-month time frame. There may not be a meeting exactly 6 months from now, but it would be the next one that's after that.
So I move that we create a 6-month ad hoc committee in order to facilitate the selection of a facilitator for the 2026-28 APOC work plan.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ben-Oni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor.
Yes.
The motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4-6, review proposed APOC future agenda items list. So the goal of this is, as you all know, as the chair, when we propose items, it kind of goes on this running list. There are several outstanding items and then some things that probably are just not relevant anymore. And so just kind of wanted to go over these items, bring anything forward that should be brought forward and or removed so that we can proceed as necessary. It kind of says at the top that underlying items have been executed and are moved forward, just for the folks who are not familiar with this. And I think I need to give you guys access on SharePoint so you can see it at all times. Is there any public comment?
No public comment on this item. Thank you.
Okay. Anything?
So just in going through the list, I believe that on the first page, the disaster preparedness item, Captain Bittner made that presentation, I believe, November 17th meeting at Genesis Church. We also did the NACOL report out at the December 1st meeting. I don't know if we need to identify anything else that, for underlining. In the long term, I think we've had a discussion about the DOJ agreement deadlines, but it's probably not a bad idea at some point to get an update on those. I know that at the last meeting, Mr. Sapal gave us a presentation on the tasks that have been completed. And then also the 1020 meeting, Lieutenant Whitaker did that flock camera presentation. So that's, I believe, also completed. And those were the items that I had noticed that we, I believe, had completed.
Thank you. Any other?
Well, I just have a question. Down here on the first page, it says, NACO report out. So is that telling us that that was not brought forward, or it was brought forward and we had discussed it already? So I think that's, you know.
So each item has a date for when it was brought forward, and then I personally go in and underline them.
Okay,
But
you did say that.
Yeah, so it wasn't underlined, so that's a
Yes.
me issue. But yeah, it was brought forward.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else? Nothing that you guys see that
Oh.
stands out that you want to bring forward?
Excuse me, one other thing. I also believe that the same night that Captain Bittner did the disaster preparedness presentation, he also went through the PSP.
He did, I did. I
Yeah.
crossed it off on my list. You're correct.
What about the update crime reporting per zone for awareness?
What date is that under?
It's both under 10-6 and 9-15.
I think, yeah, that was brought forward by you, Commissioner Oha.
Yes.
It has not been brought forward, so that's kind of what we want to discuss is, seeing things like that and moving it to the top of our agenda to make sure we hear about it. So
Yeah,
is that something that stands out for you?
yeah, that stands out to me. I'd like to move that one forward.
One of the other things that I think might be worth a discussion, and I believe Community Engagement Ad Hoc can also bring some things forward, but when we talked about assigned subgroups, I think maybe there was maybe not as much clarification for that as there could have been. And I think we've also now got 2 new commissioners, so I'd like to ask that we consider bringing that back
Absolutely.
for sort of a reboot.
Absolutely. I never reported out that I actually went and visited a few communities members, and they were not excited about APOC. They weren't. But I agree. That's a good topic to bring back forward. Anything else?
Oh, well, going back to 10/20/25,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I missed this, but it says OHA flock presentation. I thought that we did get a presentation on that topic.
We did.
Okay.
Commissioner Kennedy brought it forward a second ago and said that it was done.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's-
okay.
Yeah, it just needed to be,
I figured I missed that.
yeah, it just needed to be crossed out.
And then what about Commissioner Williams, the cadet program presentation? We did not go, that, no presentation has been made on that already?
Well, I was informed that the department is still trying to put together their cadet program. So
Yeah, they kind of reported out gently on it, but they were in the process of reformatting the program.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
we'll hopefully see it in a few months.
I have youth ready to sign up.
What about the complaints update?
We get our complaints update quarterly, but we can definitely agendize it, especially because we have new commissioners.
Okay.
And then the crowd control policy, just to refresh my memory, is that the equivalent? Are we distinguishing between First Amendment or, the right to protest, First Amendment? Are we distinguishing that from the crowd control policy, or do we see an overlay there?
There is an overlay, I guess, slightly, but, with First Amendment, it's a little bit different because of the Constitution versus just general crowd control. And I think I brought this forward because there was an issue in the Sycamore Corridor during one of the weekends. I think I was out of state, but I heard about the incident and just wanted to know how we could better protect community and APD because there was some injuries.
Got it, okay. So crowd control separate from
Correct.
First, got it, okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So I just looked down and I missed this earlier. So we have, so that we've got it up here without an underline, and then down at the bottom, we have it underlined. So I'm assuming we need to just bump it up?
Correct.
Got it.
Mhm.
And I believe that because we have all these other items that have been brought forward, we may have to bump down the invitation to Chief Pittman, the UC Berkeley Chief of Police. It's put on here, it's stated here, invite Chief Pittman from UC Berkeley for community engagement event. Then it's notated again on September 15th. So I would assume that we probably need to bump that down even more now that we are working towards a workshop with the facilitator.
No, the reason that was bumped is because you brought it forward and we don't know this person. So you were supposed to be contacting him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we still want to go forward
Yeah,
with this?
if you
Okay.
can confirm the attendance, then we can agendize it because
Okay.
it was said on the dais. We just couldn't put it on the agenda because there was no contact.
Okay.
I'm gonna mention it, even though I think it's gonna come up in conversation later, but I definitely wanna bump up, community engagement-wise, the history of policing in Antioch. And I think it's been mentioned several times on the dais, under 9/15/2025. Under item C.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Got
been
it.
brought up several times on the dais that we believe, not only for us, for community and for APD, that we should have some kind of general training in regards to the history of policing in the city of Antioch.
I'm sorry, did I miss this whole conversation?
But I would like to also ask, we kind of sort of touched on it in our last meeting. We kind of,
Brazed over.
yeah, but that was part of the acknowledgement of the trauma done.
Come on, that's
so, so I believe that we do need to push that forward
I agree.
as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, what was the framework? I know it's in here.
Under 9/15/2025, the history of policing.
Yep, all right, thank
And then I do want to bump forward again, our neighborhood walks. I think we discussed at some point coming back from either NACOL or Noble, I don't remember which one. But that we wanted to start coming together and do quarterly walks, boots on the ground, door to door,
Right.
introducing ourselves and the resources that are available to the city of Antioch, making sure that community knows who we are and that we are a resource to them. And so I want to bump that forward. That's also under 9/15/2025.
Do we need a vote on that?
No, they're already items that we
okay.
discussed on the dais. We're just deciding what. Is there anything that anyone sees on this list that is not underlined, that we do not feel is relevant currently, that we can remove?
Well, I'd just like to ask a question. Did we have an update, a complaints update, in December of 2025?
That is correct. We get them quarterly, so yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Are you looking at 10/20/2025?
Well, I was looking at, well, June 18, 2025, so, no, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it was moved forward,
Okay.
and then it's underlined. Mhm.
Do we want to keep unhoused sweeps on this list?
Yes.
Since- Okay, I was going to finish my
Go
question,
ahead.
but,
Mhm.
well, since that is not specifically our purview and that's,
Public safety is, though. Sorry.
okay. I mean, it's just that there's a bigger piece to that, I think, from the whole unhoused, trying to get housing, et cetera. So I was just curious if this was specifically our purview.
APD does the unhoused sweeps, and there's policy around homelessness, so it definitely is under our purview. Do we need to figure out where they're being housed at, and et cetera, et cetera? No, but we do need to know that the policy that we have in place reflects care and concern while they're doing the sweeps.
And I think, to your point, and I appreciate that, I think that also kind of ties into where we have that public safety police department side by side, little bits of crossover,
Yes.
and that some of that clarification, I think,
Yes.
would also be
Yes.
helpful.
That is part of our current agenda, right? Yes, public safety presentation from public safety. It's the most recent 3-2.
Thank you, Commissioner Kennedy. I do think that we need to exercise how we all tie into our commission work and the work of public policy that goes to the city council based around this issue. If we can shape things to be better for our commission and how we write policy, I think that public safety needs to be the number one thing, and that ties into unhoused people, drug safety, and everything, right? I do think we need to push for that, and that's all I have to say. Sorry.
And I agree with Commissioner Williams, because if we have been paying attention to what's been going on, there's been an uptick in crime here in Antioch, shootings and all kind of things have been going on in this city within the last few months. And we know that we don't have no control over that, but however, we need to address these issues. We just can't sit as if we don't know it don't exist. And I think that's what the community is looking for. They're looking for this APOC commission to acknowledge it. Yes.
Yeah, and I would say, to Alicia's point, I definitely think that violent crime is a big issue in specific parts of Antioch. I would also say that I would like to address other crime issues as well that are important to other communities. In mine, it's been car thefts, car break-ins have been a big issue in our community. And to be honest with you, it's gotten to the point where my HO even purchased flock cameras, and they don't really work because the criminals have figured that out and they just switch the license plate or take them off. So, I'd like to have a bigger discussion around that, so that way we can understand more about how we're going to, what is our department doing to, reduce that car thefts and car break-ins.
Please bring that up when we get to future agenda items.
Do we need a new committee to actually talk about public safety? Because now I'm thinking,
I think so.
right? I mean,
Off
Chair?
topic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is there any other items that are on this list that we would like to bring forward and or remove?
Well, I think the ordinance and the joint meeting with the city council is
Priority.
a priority and is overdue.
I agree.
And I assume that we are referring to having a study session
That is
with
correct.
city council. Okay.
That is correct. Anything else?
Has the 3 outings per commissioner to our assigned subgroups, has that already been done?
It hasn't been up. Commissioner Kennedy just brought that forward. She stated that at one point we basically had a meeting. We decided to go into smaller subcommittees and just to help us kind of go out in community and engage more. And at the time, it was a very hefty yet not clear conversation. And so Commissioner Kennedy did just mention that we should bring it back forward so it can be a little bit clearer. And then also you guys can join whatever subcommittee is fitting for you. Anything else? Cool. Moving on to item 4-7, discussion item, our community engagement event. I'm so excited about this discussion, and I am going to pass it over to my community engagement team, and then we can follow through. After you guys propose whatever you're going to propose, I'll open it up for public comment. Susan.
We had intended to meet at 5 o'clock, and that did not work today. So we are not in a position to discuss this as fully as we might have been. I think that the ideas that are here are good starting points, and I think that if we go back to what this ad hoc's goals were for 2026, one of the things was to pursue a launch event option.
Yes.
We have a draft communications plan that needs to be discussed, and if we need to add that to an agenda item, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Folks had that in their November 17th agenda packet, and then continuing to attend events and gain insight, pursue opportunities for APOC to be more visible in the community, and to work to identify trusted messengers in various communities. One of the other things that we had recommended was to work to create some sort of graphic or logo that could be used for APOC for long-term branding. Work to hold more events, even if they're just like a listening session out of City Hall setting, and look to try to advertise these meetings through the city's social media channels in addition to the required meeting notices.
Thank you.
But the other thing I think specific to the Interfaith Roundtable is that I think that, and I didn't have a chance to ask Commissioner Lacey-Oha about that, but it's my understanding that there is a county interfaith body that meets, if not monthly, I think fairly regularly, and it would behoove us to find out their schedule, and if nothing else, have somebody from the commission attend those meetings if possible, and look for ways to create inroads into that arena. I think that said, one of the things that would be a benefit to us is to look for ways where we can find existing entities. You know, we have a teen, I believe I may not get the name right, but I believe we have some sort of teen council or council of teens here.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, finding an opportunity to sit down with that group as opposed to trying to create a youth roundtable from scratch. Or I believe that there's a couple of groups at Genesis, for example, looking for ways to find inroads into existing entities would give us a better springboard as opposed to trying to create something from scratch.
Why we reinvent the wheel, right? I think we have a parent of a youth council in the room.
Well, no, I was gonna say that not every teen
That
or
one over there.
hello, not every person of youth feels connected to certain programs, and so like I was trying to expand our reach to folks who don't necessarily identify right away with being interconnected with things that we're doing here on the dais. And if we go to Sycamore, we don't have folks who are like, oh, I'm going to go to city council. I want to get folks who are not necessarily feeling welcomed. If we can expand our reach to the Council of Teens, I want to get more folks that don't necessarily feel like they're welcome to go there. So I think that's what I'm going to say. But no, thank you, Commissioner Kennedy. I really appreciate you uplifting that. Thank you.
Other statements? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
On this list, is it also like factored in for the downtown business like association that they have? Because it might be a good idea to consider them.
It's an excellent point that you just raised because, and we can talk more later, there's a neighborhood watch meeting with the business community next week. So that there is a connection there, and we have the opportunity to attend that meeting also.
I didn't ask for public comment, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm sorry. Is there public comment?
No public comment for this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Did y'all get the email invites?
I did this earlier today.
Yes.
I got like
Okay.
20 of them.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we raised that last week, and look at the city. They're awesome. Okay, so for me, I know that Commissioner Kennedy stated that we wanted to potentially have the report out added to the next agenda for community engagement, whatever you guys have drafted. Is it early to request some kind of a tentative date for this event?
Yes.
Hard no.
Wait.
It's too early.
It's too early, yeah.
So it would be best to move forward and continue this item?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
So it's too early to come up with a tentative date? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's the question.
So when, are we gonna come back with a tentative date, or are we gonna come back with a hard date? Because I think we should,
Move forward.
put something out there.
I
Some date out there.
respectfully, given that we were unable to meet today and have any kind of discussion around this event at all, I would respectfully suggest that we continue this item.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I move that we continue the community engagement discussion to a future meeting.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ben-Ani,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor.
I abstain.
The motion passes with Chair Taylor abstaining to continue the item 4.7 to the next meeting. Thank you.
Item 4-8, Commissioner Training for Increased Human-Centered Cultural Responsiveness. Is there a staff presentation on this? Let me see the report out. I'm sorry. I think she wanted me to go over this.
That is my understanding.
Yes, okay.
Since this was not in our packet and it was only received this evening, unless you feel completely comfortable going through this, I would prefer that this be continued to the next meeting.
Motion.
So moved.
Second? Say the full motion.
I motion that this item be continued to our next meeting because it wasn't originally on the agenda packet.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Benoni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Nay.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Aye.
Chair Taylor.
I abstain.
The motion passes to continue 4.8 to the next meeting with a no from Peterson and an abstain from Chair Taylor. Thank you.
Open up public comment again for that.
There's no public comment on this item, Chair Taylor. Thank you.
Thank you. And is there any public comment for item 5?
No public comments on item 5. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6, is there any ad hoc report out?
I think it's been covered.
You know what? Community engagement ad hoc was supposed to meet today, and you know your boy is always busy, so I slept in today, and I apologize to my colleagues here. We will meet soon, and we just talked about that. So, policy ad hoc, we have not met because that closed. If folks know, we, worked with the DOJ, and all those policies were recommended, and they have been approved. So we have not had a need to meet, but we going to do it again. So I'll pass anything over to my colleagues here. Thank you.
No other report out. And did we have a public comment on that item?
No public comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any general commissioner report outs? We have 3 minutes per commissioner. Go.
I attended the ribbon cutting for the myself, Chair Taylor, Lacey Oha, and Ben Ani, and Susan Kennedy. We were all at the Sycamore Square. I think, were you there, Officer Cook or
No.
Captain Cook? Oh, well, he was there in spirit. But we had a really good time. It's a beautiful substation over on Sycamore Square. There was a lot of folks that came out to support this ribbon cutting, the mayor, city councilman Tamisha Torres Walker, business owners. It was a really nice event, and I attended that, and then I also attended the She Ready event that was on Saturday for women who want to run for office, who are supported, women who support others in Martinez, and so yeah, that's what I did. That's my 2 minutes.
Thank you. Is there any other report out?
I'd just like to thank everyone. Once again, I'm a new commissioner, so I just completed the first initial training with some videos and stuff that I watched, which is very familiar with me since I went through a lot of that process to become an officer. And tomorrow I do plan on attending the neighborhood watching meeting at Williamson Ranch Park at 5 o'clock. I hope to see folks there. And I will also attend the business meeting next week as well.
So at that substation opening, I exchanged information with the Family Justice Center, and they invited me out, and I'd like to extend that invitation to the commission. There's an event tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That they're hosting. So also on Saturday, Pi Day, March 14th, I attended my first police ride-along. So that went pretty well. It was an eventful night. Yeah, I learned a lot, and I will say it was kind of insightful learning, like, seeing the impact on the officers, like everything that they have to witness and observe, because it sometimes weighs on them and it might collect. So I am curious on some of the, I guess, the mental health awareness and the care that they're going through. So I hope that's not a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, I appreciate that report out, and I think us as a commission has brought up officer wellness, and we definitely weighed in heavily on that policy because, we should treat them well. They protect us. So thank you for that.
I want to say thank you to all the folks that are here tonight. And I feel bad because it's like I haven't looked over here, but thank you all for coming very much. I attended the APD award ceremony, the recognition of the women's officers, and they had a job fair over here at Prospect High School last week. One of the things that was really great to see was the broad cross-section of folks who are taking classes there. Everything from, they had childcare, they had folks that are seniors that are taking English language classes, incredibly, again, broad cross-section of folks, and individuals who came up and had questions about careers in law enforcement, but also just wanting to talk to the officers and, the little ones who wanted the little sticky badges. So that was great. But I think Prospect High School might be another opportunity for us to look at some ways to reach into communities that we might not normally reach. And then, as Vice Chair Williams mentioned, the substation ribbon cutting, and just a shout out to staff for those emails for all of the citywide events.
Yes.
That's great. So thank you very much.
Well, I would like to say thank you to the young ladies that are present here with us on tonight, and it's good to see some of you all. And please come back. Don't let this be the last time. We need all the support we can get. What I did during these last 2 weeks, I attended the ribbon cutting for the substation on Sycamore. What I can say is that, I felt that it was well planned. It was an opportunity to speak with other city leaders, but leaders throughout the county, because I spoke to several people and, just talking about whatever. It didn't have anything to do with APOC, but in general. I met 2 new employees who just started their jobs here with the city of Antioch. I had an opportunity to speak to Con Johnson, and he didn't know I was from San Francisco, but we had a long conversation. Then I met the person who was with him. And what I would say is that was the beginning of a new day for the Sycamore area, because we all know that is a high crime area. But also we know that that's an area that have been lacking resources. So I think by having that substation there is going to give people a sense of hope, for a better future ahead. What I do, I participate with a ministry here in Antioch, and we deliver food to the sick and to the shut-in. So that's what I have been doing for the last 2 weeks. I didn't get opportunity to go to the She Ready event because I had to go to San Francisco for a funeral. But I'm aware of what's going on, and I am concerned. I am seeing some things in my community, and it bothers me a lot. And one of the things that I am very concerned about is the unhoused. I see too many people who are unhoused walking the streets, daytime, nighttime, and then it's beginning to be a problem for me because there's things happening at night. I'm hearing things at night. And I'm looking out to make sure that everything is okay in my neighborhood. You know, and that's it for me. And I just want to encourage you all to just be aware and be mindful that there are people out there who are looking at us as a commission to acknowledge the hurt and the pain and the trauma that they have experienced. Thank you.
Thank you. Just lightly, I mentioned that I also was at the substation grand opening, and it was a very well-planned event. It was nice to see. I think the community has asked repeatedly for something like that to be placed over there. However, for me, I just wish that there would have been more families from the area present. The substation is not just a place for public safety. It's supposed to be a community resource, and the parking lot was blocked off, meaning that community members could not drive into the store that they frequent. And also, it was filled with city officials and people that do not predominantly live in that district, in that neighborhood. And so for me, I wish more people from the neighborhood would have been present because it is their area. And that's it for me.
And may I add that I also felt that we as commissioners, we should have had our name badges. We should have had name badges. And I don't understand why we don't have the name badges.
Because our budget didn't get approved last meeting.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know, that's not good, you know, that we go into these events and we don't have a name badge. You know, you have to kind of almost tell people, because that's what I was doing, letting people know that I'm a commissioner.
And I also uplift that Commissioner Lacey Oha does represent that district, and she should have had not an announcement or anything like that, but like she should have been recognized
As a representative of
for
District 1.
District 1. And thank you for being there.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Is there any public comment?
No public comment on this item, thank you.
Thank you. Considering we have no staff, there are no staff communications, I assume? Oh, is there? Oh, yes.
Hello, my name is Nina Parker, and I came here to support Portia. And I was just listening. I enjoy coming here. This is my first time coming here, like, you know, hearing something like this. And I was listening, because I'm from Pepper Tree. Been on for 7 years, and I just recently moved a month ago because I got tired. When he said, you can't come there in suits and walk on Pepper Tree with the young guys and try to greet them. You got to come in jeans and, you know, welcome yourself on Pepper Tree. I know everybody over there call me auntie, and it's a lot. I want to say, like last year on Christmas time, you can see no kids playing. Very gun violence at that time. People walk across the street, got shot. People walking to the store, got shot 5 times and survived. And I was talking to Mike, and I was asking who over here? I mean, I see the substation, they play the mice and cat game. When the police come in the parking lot, they go across the street. They, you know, they play the, you know, and they don't talk to the police. The enemy. Just what the young people think. And I was telling Mike, order for the young people to get researches, they want to get paid for going to a paid training. They don't just gonna walk in there and they gonna walk off because they want money, and it's a lot, and we need a village. Please don't forget about Pepper Tree, because we got little kids can't play outside. The swimming pool is right there on the street side. They can't go swimming because they don't know when they're gonna come shooting. So please don't forget about Pepper Tree and the little kids that's growing up on Pepper Tree. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Mhm. I like your shirt.
Good evening to the panel. I am Minister Ursula Morris, and I am in District 1. I stay on Dayton Lane. I used to frequent on Sycamore going into the store. You know, as you can see, JJ's moved. I'm a senior, I'm disabled, and it's unsafe. It's even unsafe where I live. The 7-Eleven, don't go there no more. I have a grandbaby. I can't even sit in my own driveway and allow my granddaughter to ride her bike anymore. We see the substation is there on the way here. They still hanging out. What's the purpose? If they want us to adapt to their world, they need to adapt to our world. It's trauma, hurt, and pain that a lot of our young men and young women is going through. And it's really not us in the community. It's other people coming from other communities making it unsafe for us. I don't go to the 7-Eleven up there off of Buchanan. I don't even go to the 7-Eleven down here on Costa Loma. I don't go to the gas station, the AM, PM. This is not fair. This is not fair to me as a senior. I can barely get an Uber. I can barely get a Lyft. I can even barely get someone to Instacart or DoorDash if I need something, you know, groceries. I have a daughter get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up with her because the homelessness is so heavy that it's people walking in and out our driveway. It's cars sitting in the driveway. We used to have a security, and in my parking lot, it's all women. We're all women that stay there. You hear shooting all hours of the night. One night I'm on my way to the hospital. The fire people had to stop because it was a stabbing like 4 or 3 houses over. So is the police, we understand y'all part, and I appreciate that y'all are trying to communicate and make it safe. But the police department needs to step up, do what they need to do. They need to get more training, and they need to communicate and put something for the young people to do.
Thank you. Go ahead.
My name is Mike, and I'm with Saving Our Streets. And I just wanted to, you know, I hear that pain and I hear that frustration. And you know, a lot of times we think that there are no answers, and sometimes we send our police to do work that the community can be doing too, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we encourage through some of the work that we do with Saving Our Streets is we help to empower the community members while also helping law enforcement become culturally responsive to how to respond to these young men out there. We believe that most of those young men out there are responding to a lifestyle of addiction. They are addicted to hanging on that corner just like somebody addicted to crack. And we deal with it just like that. We don't deal with it like it's just bad behavior from some immoral people. We deal with it like it is a disease of addiction, and we help them get insight into what that addiction is, and we help them find other things that they can do and how to channel that behavior while also teaching them to start engaging with police. So the substation is a beautiful thing, and it's a certain demographic of people who are going to celebrate that the substation are there. The other individuals are going to play cat and mouse, like our sister said, and they're not going to change what they do because they're addicted to it. And just like somebody who know that if I smoke this stuff, I'm not going to raise my kids, I'm not going to take care of my kids, I'm not going to pay my bills, man, but I can't stop smoking this stuff. And they smoke it anyway. Some of the kids are the same way. They see the police station right there, but they are so addicted to the behavior that they can't change it yet. Our goal with Saving Our Streets is to teach them how to change it. And they're not even going to realize what's happening until it's already too late. They're learning, and they're going to adapt. At the same time, supporting our law enforcement and learning how to deal with them and engage with them, and really building a community in a way to where our community members become public safety agents alongside of our law enforcement agents. And that's really what Saving Our Streets is all about. And so I'm excited, yet also I can feel their pain, but I'm excited about what the commission is doing and how committed you all are. And I love hearing a young man right there speak. And I can't wait till we place him in a room with other young men so that they get permission to be who they can be. But until they see it, they can't believe it.
Come on. Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Thank you. Go ahead.
May I just say that we need to possibly ask for an update on the operating hours of that substation. And the reason why I ask is because I even questioned how often that substation was going to be open, and I was told it wasn't, well, no one knew at the time how often it would be open. So my question is, like the minister, had said, I'm not gonna call your name, minister, but I heard what it said. What's the purpose if it's not going to be open at reasonable hours? Let me put it that way, at reasonable hours. Is it gonna be open just 2 hours a day, or one day here and every 3 times every other day? Or we need to get a answer, because perfect example, the young men, they're hanging back right there in that parking lot again, and that substation is there. So that's, to me, that's just showing they don't have respect for the for the police substation. So we need to address that. We really do.
Yeah, I'll get some clarification. I know on the ribbon cutting, I did ask about operation, and I know that they were trying to staff it to figure out who exactly will be placed there. But I will follow up in the background via email to get some clarification on that. And then just acknowledging community for what they mentioned. As a Black woman that grew up not only in the streets of San Francisco, but here, I have lived through poverty. I'm directly impacted by incarceration, and I identify with the trauma that they bring up. And I also identify with the work, the restorative justice work, and the healing process. And so I'm thankful for y'all for showing up, because I know that this is not the average setting for community. And to be strong how you did and testify about the pain and the trauma that occurs in communities of color, and the mistrust that we sometimes have with police because of how we are raised in the communities that we come from, is important. And so thank y'all for sharing, and let's continue to work together to see something different.
And one thing, thank you, Chair. I really appreciate you saying that. We also have to acknowledge the systemic underinvestment in that community for decades. And it's not going to change overnight. It's not going to change tomorrow with the substation or anything. But that community, I've lived here for 24 years in Antioch.
You was 10 years old, huh?
I was 2002, so I was 12. I moved here. I saw a lot of white folks. I saw, people that didn't look like me, and there was an underinvestment in a certain pocket of the community. And a lot of people expect change to happen, and it's not going to. we have to continue to invest in all sides, Cavallo, Sycamore, different parts of Antioch that we just need to have total investment in, and we don't have that. And until our city recognizes that, and I might get in trouble for saying this tonight, we have not done that. We have not paid attention to the black and brown community out here. And it sucks. But until we get people like us up here to talk about these things, to have people like Councilwoman Walker, who represents this district, who got that substation ready. I'm wrapping it up. I'm sorry. I just want to say thank you for addressing this tonight on the dais, because it's going to take time. We're going to have to rebuild our trust with our police department and our community and everything. So thank you.
And Chair Taylor, just let me also add that that was something very positive on that day, and I'm sure everybody can agree with me. But I wonder, where was the media? We didn't have the news media, the stations, the trucks, were there cameras?
The media was there.
Oh, they were there?
Yeah, they were there.
Okay, because I said, okay, you want to come when there's a shooting with someone
Yeah,
gets
they were present.
murdered.
I saw a news
But-
story on it later.
Yeah,
that
they
day.
were
You did?
present.
Okay, okay, so let me give
It was
them
on
some
ABC
credit.
News.
Okay, all right, let
Yeah,
me
they
give
were
them some
definitely
credit,
present.
because that was something very positive
Yes.
for that community, yes.
All right, thank y'all. I appreciate all the testimony. I'm gonna move forward to item 9, staff communications.
Yes, I actually do have one.
Oh, okay.
I have been informed that your name tags have arrived and should be given out soon.
That's
Motion to approve the name tags?
Thank you.
Miss Scott wasn't able to make it tonight. However, she is
She's watching.
observing what is going on, and so she wanted to make sure that I let everybody know that we have them now.
Thank you. Thank you, City Manager Scott. And then, is there any public comment on staff communications?
No public comments, thank you.
Item 10, next meeting date, April 6, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. here at City Hall. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Benoni,
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson,
Aye.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Lacioja,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Yes.
Chair Taylor.
Yes.
The motion passes. Meeting adjourned at 8:27. Thank you.
Thank you.